So, hello. Hello, Prim friends. Do you hear that sound? I wonder if you could comment below how many of you have been here and have heard that sound. I would love to hear how far you have come to hear that sound of the inside of the door inside Seville Antiques, sort of the welcome in. I know that there are people who have come from both coasts to shop here at this 5,000 plus square foot shop of incredible primitives from one end to the other. But I wonder of how many of our viewers have been here, and where did you come from to get here? Look at that window. Those are bullseye glass window pieces. And I know my husband and I are looking into having bullseye glass done for a transom window. And if you buy a single pane of the bullseye glass, they're like $95. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 25 panes of bullseye glass there. We may have to take a look at that unless one of our viewers comes and snags it, which is entirely possible. We are having the outside sale around the building. Several of the dealers here will be setting up outside. I will be here on Friday. We have Saturday also, so if you can't make it on Friday, come on out on Saturday. I know for myself personally, when I come out for antiquing, when I'm in that zone, I want to go to several places, and Seville Antiques is a wonderful jumping off spot. We have Gleaner Antiques about 30 minutes south of us, and William Romy Antiques is in Sharon Center, and he is only about 25 minutes. Goodness, I'm going to test my directional ability here. 25 minutes to the east of here. Very easy, pretty drive actually to get there. And as I'm looking around this booth here, so not only will you have the dealers who are setting up outside, you also have some of the dealers here inside putting sale prices on their items. I am seeing red stickers all over in this booth. And check this out. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? You know, we all love the horses when they're on the rockers or on the flat panels, but this one is attached to a buggy. And I am seeing a red sale price in, oh my goodness. Wow. Well, somebody is in for a real treat. I could see that on top of a huge farm table. You could decorate the carriage portion with, a mum and gourds and things like that in the fall. Christmas tree, little presents at Christmas time. That is just stunning. All right. Well, I want to try to do a video here of the entire shop, front to back and around. And so I can't really linger or get too close on a lot of things, but I will get a little bit up here. I do hope that you will comment below if you have been to Seville Antiques. And if you were here, how far did you come to get here? We have had the privilege of having shoppers who have come from both coasts, and on more than one occasion, we have had people here in the store who were from each coast at the same time. That is an awesome day when that happens. So this is a nice little, this is called the Buttery. Lots of smalls here in this booth. If you're coming from afar and you are flying, this is a great booth because these are the kind of things here that slip easily into your suitcase. This actually looks like it is, that looks like tiger maple to me. That is not priced as tiger maple. This booth does not ship, and normally I would tell you which ones do and which ones don't. But you know, with our big sale happening this weekend, within this weekend, I have no idea what might actually still be here. So your best bet is to come to the shop. Your very best bet is to come and shop or send a friend. Love that hanger there for the bags, that vintage. How neat is that? Like from an old mercantile. Really, really cute. So I don't want to linger too long, but it's really hard not to see these. Do you know what those are? We'll do this like a little test. I wonder who will respond below. So do you know what those are? I'll flip it this way. There are some other things that look very much like that, and they are herb mashers, but that's not what those are. I will leave a little space and see if you can respond and let me know what that is. Have you been paying attention to the videos? This is a nice little punched tin lantern there. Pretty coverlet there in the back with the birds, multicolors. All right, so let's head on down this hallway. And again, I don't want to linger too long. If my voice sounds funny, it's allergies. It's just that time of year. I've just been so tickled how many people have said that they enjoy listening to my voice, especially in the evenings if they're doing stitchery or something like that. And when I'm sneezing like crazy, it doesn't sound so good. There's a hog scraper candlestick. I wonder how many of you maybe saw the little short that I posted of me screeching at a woodpecker that was going to town on our shed. And after I listened to it, I thought, boy, that sure doesn't sound like a pleasant voice, but that wasn't my intention at that moment. All right, we'll go down around this corner right here. Lots of Prims just in every corner, everywhere you look. You know, you're not falling over vintage or those kind of things. I mean, you've got the nice Prim pieces. There are a couple of, I believe, to be little inkwells. So you turn this way, and here are the Schroeder's booth. If I remember right, now they were just Primitive Place. Gosh, I hate to say it wrong. I think Primitive Place magazine was at their home. Look at that beautiful dry sink. That is gorgeous. A nice, perhaps mule chest. Is that what we're calling this one? Let's see. Yes. It'd be helpful if I could hold on to it. Mule chest, yes. So the lid lifts. And then it should be a drawer that can pull out. Very nice. Our ancestors used those to travel from the East Coast to settle the West. Lots and lots of those kind of pieces have landed and stayed here in Ohio. We are very blessed with the number of antiques, primitive style antiques, the early pieces that have lingered. So thankful for that here in Ohio. Here's a nice couple of wooden shutter pieces there and a beautiful blue cupboard. Summer sale, 20% off on tags that are over $100. Nice. And that says sale through June 30th. So again, another reason to be sure to come on out for this event this Friday and Saturday, June 20th. Who's coming? Can you comment below? I would love to be watching for you. My hope is that I will be able to gather up I have 2 flax breaks, and I will be bringing at least one of those here to the shop. Maybe both. Maybe one of them will be for sale. And doing demonstrations on breaking flax. If you've not ever seen it done, or if you don't know what that is, it's definitely worth coming out to watch. Gina's booths are always so wonderfully, primitively staged and decorated. Love that table with that hint of the red there in that drawer. Just beautiful. And that punched tin chandelier in the corner, and here this one, the chandelier for the candles. So charming. So yes, so you used a flax break for the purpose of creating linen. It was how you got to that soft, flexible, spinnable fiber within the plant after the plant had been grown and dried. And that may be a spun flax there wrapped around that winder. But it all sort of goes together, you know, these pieces that our elders used and used daily or used seasonally in order to create the fabrics and the clothing for their loved ones. And here's another sale sign, 20% off on items that are over $50. Look at those sweet bonnets. There's another couple of them over there. Love those. Love how they're hanging there on that drying rack. And you know what? That is a nice small drying rack. Some of them, those arms will stick out, 2 or even 3 feet. That one is a nice small one, which makes it perfect for hanging things like your dish towels. That's an unusually small size. Love that. Beautiful. All right, so we will head on back down this way. Beautiful redware pieces. That dry sink is an absolutely stunning color. And I love that hanging desk. The books that are covered with the early fabric. Love that. Beautiful. New American Reader, 1877. Love it. If you haven't checked it out yet or haven't been there, my friend Audrey and her husband Farmer Dave, as they refer to him, she has a channel, also a YouTube channel, the 1824 Walker Farmhouse. She was just recently talking about the fabric covered books. So you might want to check that channel out. More of our Prim friends. This world is, this Prim community is small. A lot of the dealers really know each other well. We've been buying from each other and been at shows together, and it just becomes, a small community, a tight community where hopefully we're all watching out and lifting each other up. That's always been my intention with this channel, is to feature some other shops that have these beautiful prim and early American and country pieces, because our culture now with some of our young people is more of the IKEA, the easy to move, the take apart, and we're gonna, sadly, we're going to lose some of this history unless we make a real concerted effort to get, if not the next generation, another generation to really love on these pieces. So how many of you maybe commented? Did you write down below in the comment section what these items are? They are early darners. Again, another cultural piece that is just going, because how many of us actually take a pair of socks or a sock that has a hole in it and repairs it? We just don't do that anymore. But 100 years ago, when mom would have had to grow flax or grow sheep in order to spin the wool for the socks, or spin and weave the flax for linen to be able to make a sock, well, yeah, they're going to be repairing those. We are in so many ways blessed, and yet we are on the verge of possibly losing the connection to how things and how hard things used to be. They worked their tails off. And when their heads hit the pillows at night, they slept hard. I'm not sure there was any need for melatonin back then, because people worked to exhaustion, woke up the next morning, and went right back at it. The olden days. The good old days, right? Now, granted, they didn't have things like penicillin. Minor detail, right? Love those tall cupboards. They would make a great pantry in your kitchen for your spices, for your flour, sugar, those kind of things. It's just tuck it into a corner, even if it needs to be around the corner in a dining room or something like that. Just a great accent piece. This is Diane Garner's booth. Diane does shows all over. There's some of those great little cabins. Love this little table. I wonder if that one might be a table that tilts. Not sure. Can't quite get under there far enough to be able to tell, but it's a beautiful small size, 2 little chairs beside it. Beautiful accent piece. Maybe between 2 windows, on the side of a guest bed. So many choices. That's a nice cabinet. Would be beautiful in a living room. It would also be beautiful over, in the corner, over a wingback chair. Just so many options. Some nice cutting boards. And again, there's another one of those drying racks, but that is one of the large ones with the long arms. That was something I had mentioned in an early video about maybe how to get started if you wanted something to start the process of collecting antiques and converting a room to having that antique and prim style look to it. If you were to get one of those style drying racks and then start hanging baskets off of it, that one piece alone, with the other little ones added as you are able, you can add drieds, you can grow some Sweet Annie bundles, get some gourds, and very quickly you have an accent on a wall or an accent over a bed or in a corner that is suddenly a very prim look that changes the whole look in that room. And you don't have to start, you don't have to do the whole house. You can start with one room, start with one corner, start with a display on one table. And I guarantee you, this is sort of if you're a collector, there were collectors of the Beanie Babies and collectors of the cards and all those kind of things. And this is sort of like that. This is sort of lifestyle. I know when my husband and I go on vacation or we travel, I'm always on the lookout for an antique shop in the area, somewhere I've not been before. Doesn't take that long, especially after you've done it for as many years as I have, to kind of run through. You can see pretty quickly if you are going to find a treasure in that shop. And what fun then to bring something early home from a vacation. Nice buggy bench. This booth here is one of the ones you definitely want to be looking up, because this dealer makes the most use of all of the space here, all the way up to the top. Love that rocker horse up there. Dry sink, lots and lots of wooden bowls here in this booth. Rug beater, more back there in that corner. It's a piece of Amari style ironstone. Big carrier. Skater's lantern. Cute little dainty corner cabinet would be really sweet in a bathroom or in a guest bedroom. So again, we're having our outdoor sale this week. This video is going to post. You'll see this on Thursday evening or Thursday afternoon, and the sale outside starts on Friday, and it will be Friday and Saturday. The shop is open between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. This booth is as full as I have ever seen it. Matt Ershman's booth. It is just packed. Interesting. Those look like hand-carved pegs. Matt is really known for these early finish pieces. Love that peg rail there. Beautiful wooden bowl. Here's some spun flax. It has such a soft feel. And then this is what gets woven to create linen. But it comes from a plant, from the inside of a plant. Who thought of that? Who comes up with these ideas? That is a gorgeous bowl. Beautifully out of round, appropriately so. Gorgeous open cabinet. Again, more of those beautiful wooden bowls. An early game board. And more of these beautiful peg racks. Sharp. There's a little barrel back here. Hopefully you've seen the tip also that you make sure, especially when the air is very, very dry, that you get your barrels and your buckets, your wooden buckets, you get them wet periodically. And the reason for that is so that the vertical parts stay hydrated, so that the metal parts, or the parts that go around, stay tight in the barrel. I've had one, ask me how I know that. I know that because I've had one fall apart, and they are next to impossible to put back together again. Some lovely quilts in here, quilt tops. Some pretty crocks here in the corner with that blue cobalt. Some pantry jars. A child-size set of the ironstone. And lots of smalls here in this case. Love the size of those crocks with the cobalt. A nice ovoid shape. That's where it juts out and then comes back down to a narrow size. It's such a distinct, very distinct shape and look. This is Joe Rose's booth. I know Joe also does not ship. If I remember right, I don't know. She does not ship. But again, things are going to be so different from all the customers that are here this weekend, this Friday and Saturday, and lots more even coming again then on Sunday. The shop is open every day except Tuesday. So if you are not able to make it this Friday or Saturday, do not let that stop you. My goodness, we would have to have so many people here in order to sell out. And that just won't happen. There are always things that we all think, oh my goodness, that is definitely going to sell at this sale. And then it doesn't, or it just gets overlooked. And the next thing you know, you move it to the other side of the booth, and it's the first thing that sells. So often there is no rhyme or reason. It just happens when it happens, when that special person comes and finds it. There is a hog scraper. It has the little thumb latch there, the little handle part, the little finger handle portion. And this one is engraved or impressed with Shaw, and it has that nut on the bottom. Nice example of a hog scraper candlestick right there. This is Dean Hicks' booth. And again, it's going to be so different, and there's going to be so many people that are here. By the time we would be able to get to a price and tell you for shipping, I would much rather do another video and let you see what the dealers have brought in, that they've brought in from outside, and new and different things that have made their way into the shop with the outdoor sale. Old board. Does that say rug rack? Look at that. Looks like a... Well, help me. Do you know what that is called? These actually look like the hooks that are on a tobacco drying rack. They look exactly like the hooks on a tobacco drying rack. This booth also is full. There's a cigar mold there. Lots of nice butter paddles, neat pieces. So, did I get? Well, I'm making you dizzy. I apologize. Hopefully not too dizzy. Let's go this way. Beautiful redware jug here. And this one is 25% off. $25% off items that are not marked firm. So if they are marked firm, then the sale price does not apply. She always has such beautiful pieces here. Lovely. Another punched tin chandelier there. Lots of pieces moving around, getting ready for this weekend, starting on Friday. So I'm curious, what are you looking for? What are the pieces that you are looking for across the room or across the shop that just jumps out at you when you see it? What are those pieces that you are on the hunt for and looking to add to your collection? I'm curious because oftentimes when I'm out and about, I have customers over the years that I have gotten to know the pieces that they want, the pieces that they are looking for. And so when I'm out and about, here, let's turn the light on. That would help, right? So when I'm out and about, I'm looking or I spot something, I know that this piece, I'm going to let my customer know that I have found this or found that. And then they have the option to pick it up, or I can put it behind the desk, or I can ship it right on out to them, which is fun. It makes it fun when you are shopping for people or when you're out shopping and you find something that might not be for your own personal collection, but when you know what your customers are looking for, it really just makes the hunt that much more fun. I think these are candle molds, shape for a candle mold. It's unusual shape. Yes, candle mold. That's always fun too. It's kind of a game to play. Guess what the item is. Here's some wool carders. So with wool, they would have the wool. You'd want to be pulling the fibers to be long in order to spin it. And it looks like here she's got several hooked rug patterns. Yes. Redware flowers, primitive linen. Yeah. So there's several rug hooking patterns here. If you are a rug hooker and you're looking for your next project, and if you're like me, you already have 15 other projects that are waiting, but you can always have one more. There's a couple of what look like some really unique, maybe benches from a bar or like a mercantile where you would be having your soda. In this booth, they do not ship. Just give you a quick look here. Big, huge bowl back there. some coverlets. And what is this? An early carpenter measure. Huh. Look at that basket. That's unusual. Another game board here, painted. We'll head on in this booth here for a second. Look at that. What does this say down here? Early American butterfly table, all original, including the hinges. Well, I see how it got that name. Beautiful. The one on the top really catches my eye. Early country tea table, circa 1730. Okay. Check all of this out. Just beautiful, beautiful pieces. Tilt top. What does that say? Shoe foot hutch table from Sleepy Hollow, New York, circa 1690. Wow. And there is a bronze of Columbus. This is a little booth. They do not ship. They have beautiful things here, sweet little things. Nice number 3 bee sting crock up there. And I know I've said this in another video, but if you didn't know, the number, I think that's a 3. The number that would be on the crock tells you how many gallons that crock would hold. So I want to say that says 3. And then I showed you on that other board those hooks. And this is also a tobacco drying rack. And you see the same shape in those hooks. Pretty quilt. Pretty colors. I love that, and it's growing on me. I'm not a green person. I never have been. It's not my favorite, but the apple green is absolutely growing on me. And does anybody recognize whose booth this is? So this one's my booth, you can tell with the floor. There is an old video, one of the very first videos, if not the first video that I did on YouTube, where I demonstrate painting the floor, grain painting the floor on the concrete. So if you are interested in doing that, it is not a difficult process at all. But I can tell you that when I was very excited when I saw the results of what I was doing over there, and I walked across the floor to send a picture of what I had done to my husband, I walked right through wet paint. And I'm not sure if you can still see it. Some people say that they can and they look for it. But if you look real close, you'll be able to see my footprints in the paint. But whatever, it's all good, right? It was exciting. I was thrilled. It was working out as well as it was. It was not difficult to do at all. So here's this booth, but I have so many exciting things I'm going to be bringing too. I love this chandelier. That would be just beautiful in someone's home. Some nice crock pieces, and the spice box with all the small spice containers inside there. This is actually made for a lamp, and those parts are available in your local hobby stores or to be shipped to you Okay, so I know that one of our watchers was asking me about this Lennox soap box from Procter & Gamble because their grandfather owned a carriage company, and on his ledgers it talked about something from Procter & Gamble, and we were curious whether or not that meant that they were carrying the Procter & Gamble Lennox soap. I think that says 100 cakes over there in that corner. Oh, and look at the daisies in the L. You can date the Procter & Gamble things by the trademark. You see how do I know these things? do you ever stop and wonder why how do I learn that? But anyway, you see the moon and the stars and the shape of that and how that is situated, and I think the number of stars will tell you the year that something is made. So I hope you are coming to the sale here on Friday and Saturday, June 23rd and Saturday, June 24th. That beautiful lantern still here. A couple of the bonnets are still here. This beautiful oxblood red trunk or box with a single board top, that is here. It is engraved on the front with the maker's or the owner's initials. Rose head nails, early piece. That neat dough box under the window. So keep hunting, everybody. I hope you are here for the sale. I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Friday. Take care. We will see you in the next one. I hope you will like and subscribe.